What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream slash video, and I came up with this amazing idea just a little while ago. What if JLW Entertainment went to Branson, Missouri and resurrected Celebration City? It was a crazy idea that I had. But I went to Google Maps, I went to some drone footage that has actually been taken of the abandoned park, and I'm like, this is a fairly small park, so, and all the rides are pretty much gone from the park by now, and what if a company came in, bought the land, and resurrected this park from the dead? The Google Maps is amazing because it's actually in 3D in Google Maps. Absolutely amazing. And I'm excited to try and do this, you know, because it's got the fireworks area, which is really cool, that had water and everything where everyone would just go and hang out. It was a great park, and it pains me to see it just sitting there. I pass it all the time. It pains me to just watch it disappear, you know, like it's slowly disappearing. Like all the rides are going away. A lot of the buildings are still there. I don't think they've really taken down any of the buildings. Some of the rides actually moved to Silver Dollar City, just down the road. So it wasn't as successful as the Hershans thought it was, and it's been sitting there for about 6-7 years. I'm correct. I think the last season it was open was in 2009, I believe, and I absolutely love the park. It was a fun place to hang out. Like, you know, it was completely different from different experience from Silver Dollar City. It had a completely different theming to it and everything like that. So it was a completely different experience from Silver Dollar City, and it just didn't work out. Their plan was that people would go to Silver Dollar City in the morning, and then at night they would go over to Celebration City, you know, watch all the fireworks and have fun, because it was a great night experience as well. It was always fun. It was open later than Silver Dollar City, but also open later than Silver Dollar City. A lot of people was devastated when it closed, including myself, because I didn't get as much time in it as I would want to. But I got Google Maps up of Celebration City, and it's going to be a fairly easy project. I mean, it's not going to be too hard to recreate some of these things. Like the entrance is very simple and very easy to create. The parking lot, I think I'm going to build the parking lot too, just because it's very easy and simple. Nothing too hard about it. You know, I got it on Google Maps, and it's a pretty simple thing to build. I think it's going to be pretty easy. The only things, you know, well, so the storyline I'm going to go with here is JLW Entertainment has been seeing this park abandoned for about 6-7 years now, and they're like, hey, we're going to buy that land, and we're going to build this up into an amazing park. And it is a smaller park, so it's going to be a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head into Sandbox, and I don't know if this is going to be a continued series or not, but I'm just going to try and see what I can make here. For the most part, this park is pretty much on flat land, believe it or not, being in Branson, Missouri. It's actually a pretty flat plot of land, so it's going to be fairly easy to bring that back. So I'm very excited. We're going to go into custom biomes here, just so I can kind of get an idea. Let's see what our starting environment would be. It probably wouldn't be Alpine or this one. The closest one would be Grasslands, just because it's kind of more open, and there's, I think I would go more with the Grasslands, and it's got some better textures here as well. I don't know if I want to change anything here. Let's see, Alpine. It's kind of in the middle of the Branson too, so. Let's see what kind of, I've always liked this one. Nice little beautiful birds. But anyways, this is going to be a cool series if I keep it up. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get as much done as I can and reopen this park, because I loved this park so much as a kid. When I was growing up, this park was my childhood pretty much. It wasn't open very long, but it was my childhood. And I want to try and rebuild it and try and relive it just a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to rebuild Wildcat, since they just tore it down about a year ago. I don't know. I might put something else in its place just for fun. So let's see if I want to change any of these details. I'm going to go ahead and get just some different textures in here. For the mud, I'm going to use that one. I mainly want to get some desert mud in there because it just kind of helps out a little bit with some textures here. So rocky mud. Let's use, I like this tropical rock because it's got a little bit more rocky texture to it, and that's what I wanted to do or look for. So I think that's going to be pretty good. I just wanted to change a couple things in there for the custom biome. So we're going to rename the park Celebration. Whoops. If I can even spell. Celebration City. Now, I'm going to keep the park name as well, because I feel like it'd be a better, more profitable situation saying, hey, this park's reopening just for you guys. So I'm going to keep the name. The entrance is going to be fun to do. I think it's going to be fairly doable, too. It's going to be pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of this entrance here. And I'm going to start a little bit. I want to try and build the parking lot just a little bit. I'm excited because I get to build the go-karts in it as well. So I'm just going to go in here, and I'm in Google Maps right now. And the drone footage also helps as well because it's got a lot of close-up of some of the buildings, which helps me with detailing a little bit. Okay, so the entrance... maybe I can have a road heading into the parking lot like it actually does. Maybe I can build this sideways. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it that way or not, but maybe I can make the highway. It's right off of this little highway kind of road here. And I can see where like the old roller coasters used to be, and they're just empty plots of land now. So it just makes it so much easier to build. So I'm just gonna kind of make some paths here. It's kind of use more of the gravel path because it is kind of a older. Let's see. So if I was to build that, I kind of want to build like the entrance to this park. So I want to make sure I fit it in properly. I should be able to fit this entire park inside the biome here inside. So that should be pretty easy to do, but let me zoom out here on Google Maps and make sure I get the right angle here. I want to make sure that I get this properly done. So if I make this road going out over here, make the parking lot here. Let's see, I want to start on the parking lot kind of off to the side. I kind of want to do this in a weird way, kind of, and have the parking lot over here, and then have the park over here. So that's kind of what I want to do. It is a smaller park, so I just want to make sure I fit this in well because the guests are going to be coming through this way. So I got to make sure that matches up with what we want to do. So the guests are going to be coming through there. Let's see. If I had this road. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing here is we're going to build the road. I'm going to bend it slightly a little bit more this way than it actually does. That way the parking lot's more so on this side, and I reserve space for over here because I want to make sure there's plenty of space on this side. Let's see, if I look right here, we got all this. This is going to be where Wildcat is. It's going to be over here, and it should be okay. Because the edge of the map I want to be where Wildcat was, and I should be able to have plenty of space there for that. So we're going to go, and again, if I'm away from the comments, I do apologize. I am trying my best to get over here and get this. I don't know if I want to do it that way. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create the highway. Let's create the highway that goes this way. Kind of on the edge here. And we'll make the other way. Let's turn on some music here because this is getting a little bit too quiet for me. I like to have that music. Alright, so now that we got... Excuse me, sorry. That way I can actually have the parking lot start all the way at the end here. So this is actually the road on the side of Celebration City. That's what we're going to make that. And then it's going to break off over here. Let's see. Yeah, I should be able to have plenty of space from here. And we're going to build this. Has a little bit of a curve here. This is the road leading up to Celebration City. I'm very excited to get into that entrance. And then the go-karts are going to be right by the road right here. So this is where the go-karts are actually going to be. The park's going to be all right here. And there's the water ride that's over at the edge as well. So this should work out pretty well. Again, this park is on pretty flat land. Okay, so this is a little bit wider entrance here. So I'm just going to use some smoothing path here, which should work pretty well. It does look good. And about where the go-karts are is where the first thing of... I can't rotate now. Oh gosh, I broke the game. It won't let me rotate. Oh, there we go. A little bit. Oh, that's right. My batteries are almost dead in my my mouse. I forgot. I might actually need to search for more batteries in my mouse. That's probably why that's happening. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably why that is happening. Okay, so looking at this parking lot, there's 3 sections here. I get about where it starts turning here. There's probably about 3 sections. Make the middle one here. And then I'm just going to select the grid because this is a pretty square section here. It's got some... I should probably use a full scale. Probably. That would probably make more sense. So I'm going to go in here. It skips a little bit. There's like 3 openings of where it goes into. So we're going to do that. Let me select the grid and create some straight bar, and we'll connect those. And we'll create this parking lot just a little bit. We got another section here. We got a section here. I'd say that's pretty wide enough. My gosh, my mouse is about to die, so I might have to go grab some more batteries. I did not even think about that, unfortunately. So, but anyways, happy 4th of July, everyone, and I will be right back because my mouse currently doesn't want to... I don't think anything's working. What the heck? I can't move. Oh, there we go. But yeah, my mouse is about to die. I can tell. I can completely tell that my mouse is about to die. Alright, back to Google Maps here. Oh, I didn't want to place that. Alright, so there are some places here. I wish I could get... I do kind of want the smaller scale here. I just kind of want the bigger opening. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to delete these. All right, we can work on. Let's see, this is the parking lot. So, this is the parking lot area. I can actually kind of skip straight to the entrance if I want. And we could do the boring parking lot later or on my own time. See, this is a little bit tricky. Because we got a straight path here. Then we got the entrance of the park that is going to be right up here. Because it literally wraps around like this. And this is this is gonna be our entrance right here. So we're gonna switch immediately pathways. Let's take a look at Google Maps here. I don't know why my thing always clicks when I click off the game. See? I don't know why it's clicking off the game. Clicking on the game. I'm not clicking on anything. Okay. So now I'm in here. Now I gotta look at a little bit of the entrance. See what it looked like. I got the drone footage. That's what it looks like. There's a sidewalk as well that comes across right here. So we're gonna head to pathways, and I'm gonna create that sidewalk. And it kind of ends a little bit over here, so that works just fine. And then there's the sidewalk is kind of a, we'll just use this. I think that will work well. And there is actually a little bit of grass between the sidewalk and the drive, so only thing is it's a little bit more square. We're just gonna build this across here, and at this point we get to the park entrance, which actually uses kind of like this texture. And it's got about 2 spots. We'll make it through. We'll make it it does move forward too. It's kind of straight. Okay, never mind. So I'm going to continue this sidewalk. Possibly. Once we get to more of that straight section about right here, now we're going to switch to this. And then back to this. And then it kind of ends, so after going a little bit this way, then the sidewalk just ends. Just like that. So kind of interesting. And now we can create this beautiful entrance. If I take, we're actually going to select the grid here of this. Use the same texture of the entrance. Let's see if I can't get find that good shot of this. There we go. It's got a gate and everything too. It's like a generic park entrance. That's one thing I love about it as well. So it's kind of got the tarmac kind of going right here. Again, stuff's going to be slightly different because I'm rebuilding. We're refurbishing the park as well. So this is the park entrance, and it's got like the bricks, which is going to be really cool. But let's see if I can. Okay, so I'm going to try and do my best here. See if I can't show you the Google. Oh, never mind. I can show you the Google Maps. Just search for it on the Google Maps. and you'll find a really good picture of it. All right, so I got the drone footage as well. Someone actually did some drone footage of the abandoned park, which is it's actually pretty stunning and pretty amazing footage, to be honest. So, okay, I think I almost want to do one more section here. I feel like it wasn't quite wide enough. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit closer. Four sections there. Now what I'm also going to do is I need to connect this pathway to here, so let's just use the and I'm going to cover this up so people are going to be able to enter this, but we'll fix that up. So I'm going to go to building. I'm going to build Celebration City's front gate, which is very simple. It should be pretty easy. I should just have to be able to use these textures here. Let's see if I because it's actually got brick right on the edge here of, should be about right here. So I'm going to use these, but I'm going to actually replace it with the brick texture. Let's turn down the grid size here. And I'm going to adjust this to where it fits properly. So I'm going to keep the entrance of the park gate is going to stay the same. I'm so excited for this. I think it's going to be really cool to reimagine this park. So how big is this? Is this the exact same size? I don't know, but we're going to use the classic brick texture here because it was a brick texture. Is it the exact same size? No, it's a little bit smaller. That's what I thought. I'm just using these. Want to use these as a guide. Does it have fighting textures if I do this? Probably not. Let me switch it to 10 a.m. You can usually see a little bit better. Just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to take these 3 pieces and I'm going to copy and put them on each side. So we're going to put them on each side. Alright, that is going to be pretty textures. Those textures are going to be fighting a lot. So, I mean, it's a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to use this as a center. And then I'm just going to do that. It's not quite that big. I would say it's probably around that area. Whoops. I meant to just push X to move it. I saw someone had the idea saying you should RMC Wildcat. My goodness, that'd be actually kind of cool. That's actually a pretty good idea, but at the same time, the only thing about that is if I do that, you know, it's actually going to be a ground up coaster because RMC or Wildcat is actually gone now. It's not there anymore. They actually tore it down a year ago. So that is one thing that kind of sucks about it. All right, these are a little bit higher than this, so I'm going to select the entire thing here, and if I push select D, it should just do that. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to select this one as well. And that should be about a good height for this entrance. Now there are gates that open and close here, so I don't know how I'm going to do that, but and now it's got like this little white texture on the top, something similar to like this, but not quite. See, it's just kind of a flat texture, so let's see if we can't just find that flat texture. Let's see, what would work? I need to find a flat texture. I could just use the art pieces as well, but I want more of a concrete texture. I always have issues trying to find a concrete texture. I want to like that concrete texture that freely moves, kind of. This is a pretty good texture, but not the shape that I need. Let's see if we go into wall decorations, if we can find anything here. I need something relatively small too that will fit around here. Okay, so nothing there. Let me just type in concrete. I don't know if anything's gonna show up or much is gonna show up. See these. Ooh. If I change this to white, I could possibly see if I can't use. Maybe. I don't know if that would fit very well though. Alright, I'm gonna go to the scenery now and see if I can't find anything here. Nope, nothing in there either. So we're probably, let's take a look at let's see how the art shapes would look. If I can even find something that would work even. Alright, that's not looking too bright. So I don't know. Let's see. There's gotta be, let me see if I can't do anything with this piece. See if I can't, I think I can make this work. If I make this pretty much white, let's do all the way white. This might not work. Man, I can't even find a piece that, why can't I find a cap for this piece? That's what, I feel like it's a simple piece that I could find, but I can't find anything. Let's see. I can't find a piece for this. I'm actually very surprised I can't find a piece for this. What if I took this and made it white? Not too bad. I need something thin though. Let me see if I can't find anything on roof trims. I can't find anything. Roof decorations. Oh, maybe. I don't know. This is starting to become a pain because I can't find a piece for this. Mostly because of the size that I kind of chose for this. That is kind of the main reason. No, I don't want to do that either. Huh. I could use frosting. Not really. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on that just until I can actually find something for that. Now, how am I going to make this sign? That's a good question, too. So what I'm actually going to do now is actually make the back part, too. There's actually another part. It's a little bit shorter. Behind it, where the gates actually connect to that, so they can actually shut the gates. So that will work like that. But my goodness, I don't know how I'm gonna make that sign. The Celebration City sign, the iconic Celebration City sign. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find something, but for right now, we're gonna just move on into the entrance plaza kind of over here. So that's gonna be the entrance until I figure out something else. I'm not sure. And then as for, let's see if I can get some good, find some good actual pictures of this little entrance plaza where it's just a huge circle with like, I don't know if I can, I'm going to try my best, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this properly. You got the entrance, I should be able to make the entrance and the ticket booth, no problem. Alright, there's a good shot. I'm looking at the drone footage. That's a pretty good shot. So, what I'm going to do is, for the first section, I'm going to do just these. Excuse me. Because it's a huge area of land. Or it's like a huge circular area. So this is going to be kind of tricky. It is kind of straight here, because it's big and wide open. But let's see. Because I'm going to have to deselect the grid at some point here and try and make this happen. And this should be about the entrance section right here. I mean, regardless, we'll make this work. Alright, so straight ahead. Let's see. I'm just trying to, I think I'm kind of overthinking this a little bit too much. Because what if I made a circle? See, that's not going to work either. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the ticket booth building, because that's something I can do. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it. Should be pretty simple. Alright, got a pretty good shot of it right here. It's going to be straight ahead. Excuse me. And this is a pretty easy building. Pretty simple. It's got a simple brick texture for the base of it. So we got that. And each section's about 2 wide. Like so. And it's gonna have, I would say, about 4 this way, maybe even 5. Yeah, well, let's do 5 there. And it's a symmetrical building. Where these are like that. I'd say it's just these are a little bit taller, so let's go ahead and get a 2 meter in there as well. Kind of like that. And I'd say these are just a little bit taller at the same time. Actually, let's go 1 meter on this one. Just for the extra. Alright, and this will go over here. Alright, let's see the depth of this building. It kind of connects actually to a other building. Alright, taking a look at the shape of it. There's a little bit behind as well. So let's go ahead and make some walls heading this way, probably about 2H. Two there. And then as for these are gonna head back a little, like just barely further, like that. There we go. Rotate you all the way. I think this one's actually one more longer. So let's... I don't know why I did that. Let's do this. And connect you there. Now we got the general shape of how this building is. I think there's actually just a tiny bit of a... I always keep stuff selected by accident. There's a little bit parts of a building right here, pieces right here, that is actually pretty level with that. And it doesn't go all the way across. It goes about right here. Kind of like that. So, getting a front view of this building again. There's corner pieces that go right here. So this is going to be on, should be on wall decorations. These. Heavy stone. So this goes like, it looks exactly like these. Like not even, no joke, it looks exactly the same. So we're going to build these all the way up. I might need a smaller piece because there is a top part on this as well. Right, you should be lined up. There's actually a section on top. I'll leave it right there for right now, so. So if I select a wall with these, I can actually just rotate it and just copy it to the other side. That's all it takes. And then if I select another wall, like I'll just place this right here. I'm going to copy this to the other side as well. And there we go. We got our ticket booth building coming in place. This hopefully shouldn't take too long. They got 5 windows, so I did put it 5 across, which actually does help quite a bit. So I'm going to go to columns. It looks like it's got like this concrete, actually almost exactly like this one going across, except this one's a little bit thicker than the actual one, but that's okay. For the ticket booths here, I could put actual stands in here, but I don't know if I want to. Again, this is renovated, so it's allowed to look slightly different. So if we go to windows here, we should... These are pretty squared windows. Let's see, what would look the best? Because I'm probably going to have some sort of mixture of windows here to create my window. So we got that one. It's pretty well open at the bottom, so it's rounded at the top, but let's see. What would work? See, if I place that one there and place one that has more of a round top to it, what am I going to get? Something like this window, actually. This window actually works a lot. Again, this is renovated, so I could actually make these look just slightly different than what it actually is. But let's make this all white. So we're gonna make that all white right here. And these don't look exactly the same as the ones on it. I mean, they're pretty close. I mean, I could probably add a different style to them, and they would actually look... If I can add something else to them, they probably will be about the same. So there's 2 windows on the sides here as well. One is guest relations, and one is group sales. So that's what these 2 are. They actually got the signs above them saying that. So, and then we got the fun part of getting a 1H piece here. So we're going to grab that 1H piece. It's actually about right here. That does go across here and actually has some designs. We got a ticket sign as well in the middle that we're going to add. So what I'm going to do is actually cover this texture up with... Actually, this will probably work pretty well. And then we just gotta add some signs. Let's see, this is white. Let's make it closer to a creamish, kind of like cream color. It's not fully white, it's got a slight cream tint to it. So we'll go ahead and place this here and drag it on down and cover up the bottom as well. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be the ticket booth. If we go to signs now, I bet I could find something like that. So if I go to MISC signs, what do we got? I need something that tall. Let me go to theme signs. There's actually some good Western ones that might actually fit. There's the sign with the star, but it's not like that. Alright, are these new? I haven't seen these metal signs before. But again, everything's renovated, so I could put new stuff on here if I wanted to. How does this look? Alright, so if I write tickets on it, that's what it's going to look like. Alright, this is the color of the sign. I want it to be kind of like that, and make the tickets kind of gold, kind of darker there, and then the outline, maybe black, does kind of work with that. So, and then there's just like a sign with a star on it. I mean, I could use that, but that doesn't look good. It's just got stars on it. So I'm gonna go to the art shapes here, and we're gonna place some of these across right here that will actually serve pretty well. It's kind of got like a blue color going on, like a very washed out kind of blue, more closer to purple, kind of like that. So we'll place these on both sides. And that's how this is going to get started off. So, excuse me. I wish I could get some better photos of this, and we'll see, but we got the tickets and just some designing here. I felt like I could build this a little bit easier, but that was going to be my goal. But but this ticket building, a lot bigger than I made it a lot bigger than I thought it would actually be, but that's okay. So let's see if I build a roof onto this. So let's go back to building. We're just going to get the shapes down of this for right now. And I feel like it actually has kind of like this kind of roof. But I'm not entirely sure. Can I change the color? Yeah, we can. Closer to white here. Let's change the grid height. And place this across here. And then we have the roof of this. Okay, so that's what the roof's going to look like. So we're going to go to pitched roofs. Go to here. I need to turn down the grid size because it's only going to come across here. And we're going to make this a blue color. Now is this, I'm looking for more of this kind of texture, but I don't know if I have the pieces I need for it. Let's try it though. Because it is more of this texture than anything. Alright, so we're going to leave a gap there because there actually is a neat piece. And then we have these up here. This one's actually taller than the other one. I didn't see that until now. This section of building's actually a little bit taller. A wee bit taller. So we'll put another piece up here. There we go. I never really noticed that. Alright, we'll just cover up that. So that's good. And now we will get these roofs up here. That way this is going to start coming together. And this just has like a big long wooden plank going across. But again, we're renovating, so everything's going to look slightly different. So what we're doing is, again, we're renovating this, so it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, so this is going to all go across right here like so for this building. And the same goes for this side. That way we get some of the building feel of it. It's going to get pretty much completed here. Or, well, it's not completed, but we're going to try and get it completed here. Let's see if I need to build those up, but I actually got some decorations that I can actually add here that actually might actually work. I was thinking these look pretty similar actually, even though they are sci-fi. I don't know, maybe not. They do kind of look similar though. I felt like there's a piece that I can use for that, but I can't find it. But that's going to be so cool. It's actually not too tall. It's actually it's actually slightly taller than this one. Let's see. Is that actually this actually? Whoa. Okay. Maybe it is too tall. I'm trying to find a good shot of this building. There's a good shot of the back. I think the roof is just taller. I'm not sure. Let's see if it's got any other shots of it, because I can't find. See if it. See if it does. Oh, we got a zoomed out shot. Let's see if this will help me. Okay, so it really isn't that tall. So we're going to keep that roof, because this roof should actually be blending in to both of the roofs. I mean, I could possibly make it. This roof is going to probably be just a little taller, but not that tall. We're gonna make it about that tall. And it should be hitting about the top of this one, so maybe I just made these a little bit too tall. Both in general, so this one, when I lower it down, might be just right, and then I'll just have to lower the other one as well. Okay, so now this one, let's go ahead and delete some of the pieces, and we'll make this one slightly smaller as well. See, and it's not like completely flush with the top, like it's not pointed at the top, so it's actually got some stuff we need to adjust there as well. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to work that out in any way. Alright, that's a little bit better. Because I don't really have any main street roofs I can use real well. Unless I used, like, I don't know how I would be able to do it, but interesting developments, though. I can't figure that out. So see if I go back to the roofs here, they don't have any small pieces for that, so that's where I got to be a little bit careful on. So they got these little dormers up here as well that are so small that I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit them in. It's going to be tough. Like I don't know how I'm going to fit those in. But this is just a general building. This is just the start of it. So I want to get a little bit more into the park. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this be. And we're just going to place it down, and at least it's got a spot that it's in. So let's see. Let's go about right there. And I am going to build a pathway . We gotta place a couple of them here. There we go. Select this grid. All these need to be connected. I'll readjust everything in a moment. No. Okay, so instead of doing that, let's select this grid. adjust it to that piece right there. There we go. Alright, now we're just gonna move this accordingly and fit this in here as best as we can. There we go. And I gotta figure this out where we have the entrance building will be right here. It's very, very simple as well. Nothing too shabby about it. Nothing too interesting about it. It's pretty easy. I just gotta make this turn with the pathway. Okay, this one will go about right there. That way those are even in a sense. And then I gotta kind of round this one off. You know, I got a new idea of how I'm gonna fix this up, but alright, that's good there. So this all needs to be pathway. So this is gonna be kind of the fun part. As you can see, it's not gonna actually connect. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So I need to delete all this. And I'm just going to literally connect these together in the middle. All right. Alright, this will be like so. And since I can't get this perfect, let's take off square edges for right there. And we're going to obstructed. There we go. Gonna take this all the way down here. I mean, this is pretty straight, but it's not too straight there. Okay, so no, it's not going to be what it was, what it's supposed to be, but it's better than best that we can do because this is all one big area. So that's going to be the one part that was obviously really hard. So now it goes to this kind of like grayish path. So I'm going to reuse this one. And it's going to wrap around right here. And then we'll make the entrance building as best as we can. As we connect that with all the spots. And then we'll get in, that goes a little bit more into the main street section. A little bit. But still gonna we'll figure that out as best as we can. Going back to Google Maps here, we can kind of get another idea. Let's see, because the path's gonna be heading back this way and all that fun stuff. And it's gonna head. See, I'm trying to do my best to get a little bit of the path layout here. And we'll continue on to that. So, let's see. Let's go into building. See if I can get a good shot of the entrance. I don't know if it goes to the entrance a little bit, but it's pretty much a very simple little entrance. It's just got some pillars and then it's got a roof on it. That's about it. And see if I can't find something that will work pretty well. Pretty thin. So let me do the roof on this one first. It's the same exact kind of roof. I mean, this one's these are a little bit more flexible because they have more parts to them. So I always kind of want to use these instead. And it's got the same colored roofs. Alright, so we're gonna alright, so that's, and then this should work out if I do that there. And then there's a couple of signs right there for the park as well. Because then you got the actual entrance to the park. Let's see, and this kind of uses a stucco right here, except it's completely white. So that will work for this. I hate it when it does this. It's just like, why is there 3 colors to this? Alright, so we'll take this and go ahead and copy it to the other side a little bit and try and find some pieces here that will work for this. I can see what I can do. This actually might work quite well if I make it completely white here. See if I can't get this. Is that crooked? Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. There we go. Let's get you pointed straight down here. And there's about 5 supports across here overall. So we'll place one here. 1, 2, place one in the middle, of course. 3, 4, and 5. The way it looks, there's about probably 3 sections of these all the way through, if I had to guess, including at the ends of the other side. And then we'll place some in the center, where I will also we'll make a flat roof up here. That way none of this is visible. so. There we go. And there's a little bit of another section, so we'll just use the stucco wall up here again, and we'll just use a 1 meter piece, and it's probably, let's get rid of the grid size and height so I can get exactly where I want. It's all the way centered. And it's probably not even full length here. Probably like that. And I've got kind of a spire piece going on. Since I got that spire piece, let's make the spire piece first. I don't know if I can do this properly, but it's going to be kind of interesting. So I might end up making it a little bit larger than it actually is. But we'll live with that. Can I even center this? That's the center right there, I think. Yes. Okay. So now we'll make some, get the back to the wall pieces here, and we'll just make it a 2H just in case, which still isn't tall enough, mind you. Alright, now we can use the 1H piece to get any tiny little spots there, just like that. Alright, now there's also some like dormers that are kind of rounded. Kind of some interesting ones that I don't know if I could make. The only thing I could think of using is like the art-shaped pieces. Well, that's about it. So I'm going to go shops and facilities, and I'm going to make some entrances here. So we're going to go park entrance. Nope, I need you on that ground level there. So we're going to go through this is going to be the tickets. Put 2 there, and 2, let's go ahead and put 2 there. Don't know why that has like railings on it, but okay. Alright, so I'm going to delete the pathways going up to these, because I don't want them connected just yet. I'm going to figure that out for myself, instead of it automatically connecting like it wants to. So we're going to hold off on that. I wish I could just like connect everything together with the pathways. Sometimes the pathways can be hard to work with the way that I want to use them anyways. Alright, so I'm just going to create a simple connection with all 3 of these. Maybe. It doesn't want to connect to these 2 for some reason. Which is funny. Okay, so how about if I did this one? Yeah, it doesn't want to connect with the other ones for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, so if I deselect the grid, we can connect them. So that'll work. Alright, stop it. Alright, no, select a grid here. Just stop it. Go away. Go home. Don't know why it wants to connect to those, but it does. Why is there some... Why is this elevated off the ground? Why are these pathways off the ground? What? Oh, come on. Okay. I think I got it. So we're gonna select this, and I need to get this against the ground where those curves aren't showing. Those curves aren't showing where we need to be. Okay. I think I got this now. Deselect grid so you will connect with those. I'm going to do the same thing with over here. That way all those are connected. And we can have a lovely park entrance here. Alright, so I'm just going to connect this to here, and then I'm just going to do my best to make this large. And smooth this out. That's going to be my goal. I'm not worrying about which texture is which right now. There we go. That way this can connect with this very nicely. There we go. Now we're talking. Let's see, I need to do it here as well. Ah. If I can get rid of that corner and just smooth that corner out, that would be great. All right, I'm starting to get the shaping that I want, because it does get a little bit, the pathway does get smaller as it goes along here. So this is actually working out properly. Just a little bit, there we go. Sorry, I've been ignoring the comments a lot just because I can't see them. So I've been really looking at the stuff in here. So I can't believe I've been working on this for over an hour and I still got like nothing done. I'm such a slow builder, I know. Don't remind me. Like, trust me, I know I'm a slow builder. But it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to do kind of like the same thing here. At least I'm going to try. I mean, I might have some inaccuracies here and there, but I'm going to try and make this all as a big piece as I can. Let's see if I can't make this work. Nope. I might have to have one little gap there. Look at that. I made that flow together nicely. Just the pain in the butt right now is paths. There we go. I'm just going to have a gap there. There's not really much I can do about that. I'll get rid of as many as I can, but as much as I can. But that's pretty darn good. I mean, for flowing those together as best as I can, that's not too shabby. But I'll tell you what, we're gonna relive this park and put it back together as best as we can. Let's see if I can get back to my reference video and Google Maps here. So everywhere there's like a ride missing and stuff, I'm gonna re-put in a either different ride, new ride, or the same existing ride that used to be there, something like that along those lines. So along this, there's one more detail I wanted to add because I noticed that I could add it because I have a piece very similar to it that would actually work. And it's this one. At the base of these are actually look exactly like what they do. Okay, so I'm gonna go through and place these. Some guests might walk through some of these, but oh well. It'll all be alright. And the beauty about this is, you know, I know things aren't going to be 100% exact. They're going to be at least close. And again, we're rebuilding this park, so it could slightly look different than what it used to be. So we're going to keep that in mind. As I still don't know how I'm going to make the Celebration City sign. I don't know if I have the tools to make something like that. I really want to, though. I really want to. Alright, so there's not much on this first curve here except a lot of trees and foliage until you get into the actual kind of like Main Street. So there is a corner piece, Main Street piece over here. So there's actually a pathway that goes back behind here. I think it's more of a backstage area. Back behind... It's back behind the ticket booth area. I think it's more of like an employee-only section. So we're going to head back over here and kind of make that. And then it goes into a different texture here too. And then I'm not going to put anything back here, that way guests don't actually wander into this area. But I'm going to smooth this out a little bit, because it is more of a path kind of like this, where it just kind of like joins out over there. And then we got nothing but nothing but beautiful trees and plants over here and stuff. Alright, so I'm trying to make the pathways look a little bit more unique than what Planet Coaster usually supplies you with, so that's what we're doing. It always like clicks on something when I add. Okay, I don't want you to do that. Alright, so this is all grass right here. Nothing right here. Except some trees and some grass. And a bunch of that fun stuff. I think there's like curbs on the pathway, but I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to make this nice and green. gosh. Does everyone have any 4th of July plans tonight? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fireworks going off. It was actually raining pretty good a little while ago, earlier in the morning. It's afternoon now. But it was kind of interesting. I was like, what if it's bad weather out? Are people still going to do that? Of course, I don't know. No, I like adding these plants because it gives it more of a 3D feel to grass and stuff. That's how I always felt. We'll make this feel a little bit more complete. And it's nothing but like trees in this spot, so we're just gonna go down and place some. Some of these. Let's see if I can't grab a oak tree as well. That thing takes up some space, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. That thing can take up space. But it's got its fair share of trees everywhere, so. In this park, so. There we go. First tree section down. Alright. I need to detail these buildings more, and I will, so don't worry about that. Guess I still haven't saved this, so we're going to call it Celebration City. And I'm going to come back and kind of help figure some stuff out. And I remember there was this awesome ball in the middle here that you could actually... Well, it's at Silver City now. They actually moved that because people loved it so much. They decided to move that just for the guests. Because people loved that little ball that was on that rotated, and I guess people wanted it to come back, so they moved it to Silver City. It's on the way to the Grand Expo area. That's where they moved it to. People love that ball. And now it's just an empty... You can see where they moved it to, because now it's just an empty little circle in the pathway on here, so... Alright, so there's more trees and stuff over here. So we're just going to fill that up before we move on. Before we get into the more difficult building stuff. There we go, and get some of these trees in here. Alright, these are always some good options. These trees good. You know how I am with my trees, so we gotta get them in there. Because we do have this sidewalk here. And guests are going to be coming in from all the way over here. Am I really going to make guests walk that far to get to the park? You better. You bet you're something that I am. Bet something. It's starting to look somewhat the same. Not really, but... Or it is, but it isn't. Slight differences, but overall I think it's gonna turn out to be actually pretty cool if once I get a lot of the details in there. Alright, let's see what other pictures this drone got here. We got that ticket booth. Alright, so that's going to be a building that I'm going to have fun with, and that's right on the corner right here of this pathway. So there's a building that goes right here. It's a Main Street building. I don't know if it's got some front shots of it or not, but otherwise I don't know how I'm going to build it. These buildings aren't too bad. They're fairly simple Main Street buildings. It's interesting to see that the carousel actually still stands there to this day. I'm pretty sure it's still there to this day. This footage is newer, or not brand new, but it was taken about 2 years ago actually. That's interesting. But I can't wait until I expand this out further and get this all done, because we got the can't wait till I get to the go-karts section. The go-karts. So the go-karts are going to be fun to make. But yeah, we got go-karts to make. We got all sorts of things to make. The go-karts are actually right here, and then this is where the old red coaster, I think it was called Fire something. It had Firebolt or something like that. I think that was the name of the coaster. It's not there anymore. They actually took it out, so I could actually use that plot of land for a new coaster, which would be kind of cool. So, but now that we own the rights to this park, we're going to be building it up a little bit and getting some new attractions, reopening probably the go-karts, and reopening a lot of sections of this park. So I'm excited. Let's see if I can't get a good view of that building. I don't know if there's any shots of the main street, any more of the main street. You can see it, but oh, maybe here. That's actually, there's the back side of it on this video, but I can't see it real well. There's also sidewalks as well that I gotta keep in mind. So about right here, we're gonna start some nice sidewalks. Let's see if I can't make this good, because it is the main street, so there's actually like a nice little sidewalk going around here. I'll stop right there for right now. And then it's actually a sidewalk kind of raised up, but we're just going to keep it on the ground for right now. But there's a... Let me see. There's actually a building blueprint that's similar that someone made. It's a Main Street blueprint. Kind of like this. I almost want to use this as a guide in a way, and it's not that one. This one. And again, I can remake these buildings if I choose to do so. So I can actually rebuild the buildings into something else. So if I wanted to build it into like a Main Street building like this, I can do that. Because ultimately, it's my new park. Or it's a new park being renovated. So they can make changes to certain buildings. They can keep the structures and then just kind of like do something to them. So I want to do something similar to something like this. I don't know. And maybe I can make some minor tweaks and changes, but I want to do something kind of similar to this. I kind of want to use this as a start and then just kind of change it to whatever I want. That's kind of what I want to do. But I would have to get rid of the sidewalk pieces right here and change it up a little bit. So we have there's a Street Fox Coffee in here as well. So see if I can't connect this to the pathway in any sense. If it will let me, won't let me connect it to over here. There's actually another path piece right there. That's probably why. So we'll place it right there. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so this is going to be the corner piece building. I'm going to adjust it just a little bit. I don't like using blueprints, but I don't have any experience with Main Street buildings, really. And I just want to get something started. So this is, there's a Street Fox Coffee already in this, so there's already going to be a shop there. And I'm going to build off of this just a little bit and see what I can make. Because I'm not any good at building buildings, Main Street buildings, and especially like corner buildings like this, which is kind of interesting. That's right. The name of that ride was Thunderbolt. So thanks for reminding me of that. I thought it had something to do with fire because it was red, but I guess it probably was Thunderbolt. I don't know. Firebolt sounds. I don't know. Firebolt sounds correct to me. I don't know why, but Firebolt is the one that's popping into my mind. But again, this is a renovation. So I can make make differences in the buildings that are being renovated and everything like that. So we'll keep that in mind. As much as I want to recreate this park in its glory days, it's going to be a little different. It's going to have differences. Because a new company owns it, and they're going to be making some changes to the buildings as they renovate everything. So, in doing that, we're tearing apart some of the buildings a little bit and making something new. But again, I'm going to go in and actually change up this building just a little bit. It's not going to be the way it is right now. I'm going to add on to it and maybe make some slight differences on the way it's designed as well, to make it kind of look a little bit more similar to the older building that was here before for Celebration City. Like the path layouts and stuff, I'm going to try and keep true to those. But as for buildings and just like some street elements and stuff like that, we're going to make some changes since a new company owns this now. So there's going to be differences, definitely. Now, I don't know who actually made this Main Street building in the workshop, but it's absolutely amazing. It looks great. It looks good. So I'm going to take a look a little bit at the buildings here and add on to this just a little bit, because it's not a facade. It's a real building. So it's not a facade or anything. There's actually building pieces here that actually stretch all the way down here for the building itself. So something like that. It's going to be kind of neat. So it's a full building that's actually functional, and that's how it's going to be. So there's actually some more Main Street on the other side. And it's kind of like a small Main Street. There's nothing too large about this. So we're going to create another sidewalk that is on this side as well. But For some reason it doesn't want to let me place anything right there. For some reason. Ah, there we go. So we're going to have a sidewalk on this side as well. Just a little bit. And get that Main Street feel back to the old Celebration City days. So there's more Main Street on this. There's a little bit. Let's see what kind of Main Street. I kind of want to build off of some of the blueprints to help me out a little bit. Because there's some nice Main Street sets. Well, no, some nice Main Street buildings that people have come up with. But can I find something? I almost want to use this awesome restaurant and actually put it at the corner here a little bit. I kind of want to. Because there is some empty space and land over here. So if I was to actually add a little bit onto the existing building, it would be kind of cool. Just a little bit. Alright, that should be about where we're at. And then I can create a little bit of a side piece over here that where all these are going to be connected. Because this is it's mostly straight right here. And I just want to do some renovations to this area. And this would be kind of cool. You know, we got this nice restaurant and everything like that. It would be kind of cool. Kind of a nice new feel to Celebration City. And that's kind of like the feel that I want to go for. A new feel to this city that you're going to go, oh, I remember this place. And you're also going to go, wow, there's a lot of new stuff here too. So this is going to be a new part of this building that didn't even exist. Because we wanted to add more to it. So again, it's Celebration, it's still going to be Celebration City. It's going to have some same path layouts, but it's going to have some new pieces of the buildings, and it's going to actually have some new buildings, and everything's going to be kind of new. That's kind of what I wanted to do with this, is capture Celebration City, but add on to what it used to be. And just add on to it, making an entirely new Main Street section for the park. Make the Main Street section new. Alright, so I don't really want to do that. I think I'm just going to add a piece that is going to, let's see, blend these together just a little bit. We're going to add some pieces here that are going to work well together. So I'm going to go to wall decorations and use the castle support as another curb. And we'll go from there. That way we have some sort of a barrier between these and the all of the little tables. The little tables are nice. And then I want to make it to where it looks like you can actually enter this building as well. So we're getting some new Main Street buildings courtesy of some of the creators of Planet Coaster. And I think I'm going to make some tweaks here and there. Just some tweaks here and there, but it'll all be cool. It'll all be cool. Because I want this to feel like it's reopening with a new kind of feeling to it. It's going to be new, and it's going to have some new buildings, and it's going to have some new stuff to it. Like the main streets at this point is pretty much redesigned. So I'm going based off the original layout, the original path layout, but I'm going to be adding some new buildings, almost like they tore down the old ones or just kind of renovated them a little bit into something different. That's what I was going to do, because it's going to have we're going to have different rides as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is at the same time is we're going to have some different rides and attractions and the places of where the old attractions used to be, because there's like no rides in here anymore. They pretty much sold all the rides and shipped them off to different parks, and same with the roller coasters too, except for Wildcat, of course, they just tore down, because I don't know why. I kind of miss it just being there. Even just if it wasn't operating, it was still nice to see that roller coaster standing. Like, you know, this park's closed, but that awesome roller coaster is still standing. But not anymore now. They made the decision to tear it down. I'm surprised they did that, because I'm sure it took more money to tear it down than just to leave it sitting there. But I kind of want to recapture Wildcat when we get to that section of the park, which is actually in the back. Recapture that section of the park with a new coaster that is going to make you remember Wildcat a little bit. I kind of want to do that, like kind of resurrect Wildcat in a way. A lot of people have suggested already to RMC it and everything. I don't know if I'd quite do that, just because there's already an RMC down the road in Outlaw Run. You know, that's the only thing that makes me kind of like, I don't know if I should do that or not. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit on this sidewalk as well. So while we're at it, just to cover up that nasty little green, or patch of green. There we go. That would be kind of a nice little thing to add. Alright, I might even connect these together and see how that looks. See, this should probably be a different texture to give it a better look, even if it's like a different kind of texture. There we go. That will look a little bit better. Kind of repave this texture. Like repave the way for this. So we got some nice Main Street buildings here. I need to detail the ticket booth up just a little bit more. Maybe even renovate it to where it looks a little different as well. Same with the entrance. You know, we got the entrance, but it was kind of a weak entrance, to be honest. In real life, it wasn't much of an entrance. It was just kind of a weak entrance. So I don't know. Let me take a look at Google Maps again and kind of see where we're at with this. So I'm on that section of the park. This is all going to be green. Excuse me. Of course. And there's a little bit of a parking lot section right here that comes up to that. So there's actually believe it or not, they're actually part of a building that actually had a pathway going this way. I didn't even know that. That's kind of interesting. So this is a new feel for Celebration City. I'm very excited at how this is going to turn out. So we have more Main Street buildings here, and then there's another corner building up over here as well. So we'll see what we do with that at the same time. This one actually would have fit pretty well over there as well, but I kind of like the new look for this that it's going to give. So we're going to go ahead and go into scenery here and just kind of patch this up just a little bit and capture, because there was this pathway, of course, that went all the way around here. I'm probably going to have to build some curbs for it as well. And then the parking lot kind of comes up a little bit right here as well that we'll have to work on. But it looks good. It's starting to, it's going to start to come together, hopefully, the way I'm hoping. Should probably build that little section of parking lot right here. That's actually very, because there's a section right here that it goes through, and this is that one spot. So let's build on just a little bit. Alright, or go back to this. Just here. Alright, so I'm going to angle this just a pinch this way. And it's going to go straight up here. And we're going to select the grid and actually do some square edges here, because it is kind of some square edges that actually go down into here. And then there's a road that breaks off over here from this, maybe. Maybe if I turned angle snap off. But it was kind of like a single road here. It's not letting me place it. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Work with me just a little bit. Because there's actually another section that created a kind of like a that was over here, just off of this actually. That connected to this road as well. Okay, so if I go this way and we create just a little bit of a wider path here, let's get the angle snap off. Oh gosh, I pressed the wrong button and brought up my stuff on my computer or PC. Doesn't look like that completely, but that's the closest I'm gonna probably get right now. At the moment. So there's that. And this breaks off just a little bit with some more sections here. I'm not gonna get it exact, but kind of like that. So that's gonna be interesting. I'll probably work on that just a little bit more later on, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going too far with anything scenery wise. You know, and again, this is all going to be renovated. This is all renovated, so even some of the parking lot could be a little bit different as well. And then over here, we actually have the go-karts, which I'm actually very excited to get into as well, so that will be fun. All right, let's get some wonderful trees in here. Maybe even an oak tree if I can fit that in there. Nah, that's okay. But we'll still fill this area up with some trees. I guess it had the trees over there. The trees are there. Let's get some of these bushes in here. I haven't put any of these wonderful bushes anywhere. So we're trying to recapture the moments that made me just smile as a kid when I was at Celebration City. It was so cool. There's fireworks, shows, and everything, and it was a late night park. Like, it was meant to be open up later in the day and actually have some nice night stuff going on. It was so cool. And I'm so excited to be back into it. So like just some of the stuff I've recreated already just makes me go, wow, I'm so excited for this. I can't wait till I actually get something built here that's going to be cool. You know, we have all of this space. We should be able to fit this in. No problem, because this is actually the highway that I built, or that's what it's supposed to be. This is going to be so cool. And I'm actually using a couple blueprints, surprisingly, which I don't know why I'm using blueprints. I mean, I know why. I'm using blueprints just to help me get an idea of some Main Street parts, because I'm not good. I'm just simply not good at building my own Main Street buildings. As much as I do want to build my own, you know, I do appreciate that the blueprints are there for me. Because this is a park that I want to build pretty quickly, and I don't want to spend a tremendous amount of time on it. I want to get to the rides and, you know, just the park layout pretty much, and recapture this park again is where I kind of want to be at. I'm so excited. So it's a recreation, but at the same time it's not. I'm redoing a park that exists in real life. So I thought that would be, you know, pretty fun, to be honest. So that's why I'm doing this. Like, the idea just kind of popped in my head at first, and I was like, dude, what if Celebration City reopened someday? You know? As much as I would love it to reopen, I don't think it's ever going to happen. And if it does reopen, it's going to be something completely different. So that's one thing to keep an idea out. So already, I am very proud of this so far. It's looking pretty good. I do need a couple of details that do need to be added for, like, I want to get the Celebration City sign up. That's one thing I want to get. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I don't know how I'm going to get that up. But trust me, I want to. And will I re-add Ozark Wildcat? I want to. I think I'm going to build something in its spot that will recapture Ozark Wildcat quite a bit. At least that's what I want to do. So we could see an incarnation of Ozark Wildcat, because they tore it down. So to rebuild it would be kind of pointless. So I kind of want to do something a little bit different. Like when I get to that area of the park. So I'm just putting some nice little curbs here. Custom curbs. I love using these as custom curbs. They work very well. At least I think they work pretty well. So I'm going to go just a little bit around here. I need to add some lighting as well, because this is going to be a night park. You know, this is a night park. So there needs to be good lighting throughout the park. You need to illuminate this park very well. But I hope everyone's having a great 4th of July so far. I haven't heard any, surprisingly, I haven't heard any fireworks today. I've been hearing them all week throughout the neighborhood, but none today. Sometimes they can startle you if you're not expecting them to go off, because we actually had it was actually storming last night where I live, and some people were still doing some fireworks in the storm. So I was like, what the heck? So I was hearing lots of different noises that I didn't really want to hear. Because it was like, I had my headphones on and I was hearing all these, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And it was actually just some fireworks and a mixture of thunderstorms as well. Okay, so that we'll continue on that later, but really cool. Really cool Celebration City. I miss this park so much. I miss the park so much. Like, you have no idea. This park had a special place. It had a special place in my heart. Because, let's see if I can't... They got some good shots on the drone footage of the go-karts. I kind of want to get the go-karts recreated. But how did they do those? Let me take a look here. Oh, there's a good shot of them. It looked like they had parts that were open, but not all of them were open. I don't know. Let's see if I can get a good overshot here of the go-karts. Alright, it goes through them. Alright, let me get this view right there alongside the Google Maps. It was kind of interesting how it looks, because there's different ways to go. But I definitely want to reopen these go-karts. Like, it's got a really, really good layout to them. They look really good. So I definitely want to reopen. Let's go into rides here. And we're going, actually, track rides. That's where it's at. And we're going to add these go-karts back. Let's see where the entrance was. I didn't click down. I did not click down on that. Just so you know, I did not click down on that. Okay. Okay, so if I zoom out, I'm trying to get where the this actually is. So, tracked rides, go-karts. Because I believe it exited here. See, where am I at now? I'm up over there. So the go-karts roughly start a little bit over here in this section. Hold on now. Okay, so this building's right there. So I'm going to rotate this just a little bit. I'm trying to get an accurate measurement of where the station was for these go-karts. That's right there. Okay. So that's the top there. So this will start going around. They're somewhere around. Somewhere around right here. And if not, oh well. We'll be okay. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because it looks like they had two different tracks at the same time. So I might have dueling tracks here. I'm not entirely sure. But I think there's two different tracks here that we have to work with. So there's this one, which will go around like this. Nope. 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 Alright. This is interesting here. So we got... Oh, we got wider paths too. Okay. Wider ones. Alright, so this is going to go this way. And it's actually got some elevation going up to it. And about right here is where we're going to begin to level this out. Alright, so I'm going to angle snap this down to make sure it's at 0. Make this straight right there. And we're going to have a couple straight sections before it starts to go back down a little bit. And it's got this turn. So that's going to go back under itself. All right, it needs to be a little bit of a tighter turn. I want to be level with the ground just a little bit, so let's go angle snap. So it's got this twist. Alright, I gotta be able to fit 2 tracks down there. So we're gonna, again, have to go a little bit sharper of a turn. Kind of right there. Because then it's going to come out. It's going to go straight here for a second. As it goes under this one. Because now we're on the other side, and then it's going to do the exact same maneuver. Let's see if I can't get this. But it's going to be kind of tricky as well, because I got to get it almost the exact same. Nope, we got to go sharper. Sharper turns. But it's got to make this. Let's see if I can't make one more straight section. One more straight section and see if we can't, if that helps us up a little bit. Oh, very close. All right, that is 18 feet. We're at 19 feet. So, there we go. 18 feet. Oh gosh, no. It's not perfect. Like, these are actually supposed to be right on each other. So I'm going to see if I can't make that happen. There we go. Of course you would think I actually did that. There we go. Oh, stop. I'm not clicking on the other one. Here, I'll click the button this time instead of just on the screen. Oh my gosh. Alright, so it does that. And then it does another curve around here. So it has like these 3 turns, and then it comes back the other way and actually goes on the outside of this one. I swear, if this does that one more, it keeps thinking I'm trying to click on different things, but I'm not. Oh my word. Just not gonna say anything about that. There we go. So we're just gonna use this to kind of give us a guide to help us get back around here. Alright, so that is 4 feet. So we want to stay at 4 feet. I'm at 2 feet right now. There we go. That's 4 feet. Alright, let's see how this is going to turn out. Just a little bit. Oh gosh. We're going to start that again. Okay. There we go. Alright, we're straight now. I'm going to take off angle snap just slightly so I can get this where I need it. And there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful. I don't think it's ever possible to get, like, completely perfect. Because then it goes... actually circles around here. Alright, so we're gonna angle snap you. Not like that. Actually gonna turn off angle snap for this curve around here. I gotta make sure it's going around here kind of perfectly. And then it just has a straight section from this part here. I'm gonna like angle this down, like to where you're not even gonna like notice it. Where anyone's not gonna notice it. At least that's the goal. Alright, so now, oh my gosh. Now, we go straight this way. And it's gonna connect back. There we go. So that's just one section of the go-karts. It actually turned out pretty good. Not too bad. Not too shabby. There's actually another course that goes around it. I think there's 2 different roads that is actually on there. So that's cool. Okay, so that's right up against the road, just kind of like how we have it, which is great. And now there is an empty section over here for a roller coaster. So we're gonna do that sometime. Okay, so which was originally was the Firebolt or Thunderbolt. I don't remember which it was called. It was Firebolt or Thunderbolt. I can't exactly remember. So that's something really cool. That we can actually add another roller coaster to the lineup. But what coaster should we add there? We don't have a lot of space there, so it's got to be pretty compact. It's got to be a compact coaster, because what was there before was just a little tiny roller coaster. So I don't know what we're gonna add, but we're tight on space, and we're gonna try and figure something out for it. But over here we got the go-karts coming to place here. So I'm going to try and place the other section. How am I going to do this? All right, we're going to go ahead and edit. Go into here. The station. We can actually edit where you enter and exit, which is useful. So taking a look here. Yeah, so there's like 2 different runs for the go-karts. Kind of had a middle section. All right, so we're going to all right, so we do want this one. Okay. So now we're going to go into tracked rides again, and we're going to make another one. Alright, so we want them to enter and exit the same side. So now I'm just going to try and line these up. No, no, no. Alright, so just try and make these lined up as perfect as possible. And we're going to have a gap in the middle where they are going to enter and exit these rides. Or enter and exit. So, don't know why there's an operator's booth for go-karts, but there is. I guess I can flow with that. For whatever reason. But, alright, we're just going to get in here and try and figure this out. This other track literally just wraps around this one a little bit. And since the stations for these are a little bit around each other, a little bit separated than the real life one, which is okay, but I guess. But we're gonna have 2 different go-kart tracks. This one will comes around here, kind of fills in the gap here from here a little bit. And then wraps around these. So it's going to wrap around here. So we're on that one right there. And then when it gets to this section, it kind of breaks off and does its own thing. I'm going to actually have to rotate these a little bit. And then it wraps around some trees before it heads back to the state. And this one's going to be this one's a little bit easier, so we got the tough one out of the way. Because then it does this little wrap around here and goes over itself. Like so. So then it's going to come about right here. That's gonna have a slope downwards back to the station. Which, it's not really a station, it's the starting line. Autocomplete failed. Really? It's right there? You can't make that happen? Really? Can't make that happen. Okay. What about now? Oh, autocomplete failed. Autocomplete fails. Okay. Whatever, y'all. Alright, I guess we can smooth that out a little bit. There we go. That actually looks pretty legit. Like, the layout of it looks pretty legit. I'm gonna have to actually move both of these a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and select both of them. And just use the advanced move tool to try and... because it's more along the lines of right here. Like this section's just in the corner of this over here. That actually makes it a little bit more sense, I think, anyways, so... And it looks like we might need to raise this up just a pinch, maybe? I don't know, when I zoom out, that was underground, so... That'll work. So I'm going to readjust the road a little bit here. I'll be alright. Alright. So, let's go to terrain over here and actually create a spot here. This is where the coaster was removed. And there's just an empty plot of land right here. Literally just empty, just sitting there. I think that's where Thunderbolt was. Or actually, no. It was up here. It was just in front of that. Shows how much I know. But it was just in front of that, and that's even a smaller plot of land. So, I don't know. I could possibly make an even bigger coaster. Yeah, because it was right there. I'm looking at the picture, and it wasn't this, but it was in front of that. So, with that being said, with this empty plot of land, maybe I could actually build another, or larger roller coaster than what was in its place. That's a good idea. So, we're going to reopen the go-karts in Celebration City over here, as we got them ready to go. We just got to create like a little entrance and building right here that where they can enter. It's slightly altered a little bit. There's two different tracks you can drive on, so that will be kind of neat. It's gonna have like we're gonna make like a dual station kind of thing for it, so that'll be neat. But that's gonna be really cool. So we got the little bit of the main street going on here, and we're gonna add more and more to this as we go along. So let's go ahead and save. Very exciting for Celebration City. Resume. So really cool. I'm gonna make the parking lot back over here, and then we're just gonna get everything together, and Wildcat will be over here, and it will just be really cool. So I should be able to fit this in here, absolutely no problem, of course. The water ride will be over here. I should even have some space left over, so that's gonna be fun. And then of course I got to put in some more extra details on a lot of the stuff, but for right now I'm just trying to get a little bit of a layout of the park, and it's gonna be hopefully match up as well as I want it to. So that's gonna be my hope. So could you imagine an RMC version of Wildcat though? That'd be kind of cool. That would be really cool. Man, it's pushing 2 o'clock already on the day. That's insane. And this is going to be a park where I will probably work a little bit off screen as well. So I'm just going to come back to it every so often and give you guys a little bit of an update, and then show you guys, and then hopefully release it on the Steam Workshop when I do complete it. So I do remember a lot of these. Just brings back a lot of memories. Actually building a part of this a little bit, and it's going to be really cool. So anyways, when we come back, I might have a little bit more done, but we'll find out. We'll see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe for more content like this, and we'll see where Celebration City is going to go when it reopens later on. So make sure you guys have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Thanks so much, and goodbye.